Joshua, why are we here?
Well, I guess to talk about your drinking.
Essentially, I think that this would be awesome if we can talk to other creatives, people who are making cool stuff, who are ahead of us. But I think it's good to give some context about our journey and the stuff that we've made, the lessons we've learned, the mistakes and the successes.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that would benefit from this have a passion for making something.
A passion for creation, shall we say. And if that's creating videos or if it's creating like a piece of artwork from your smeared shit, I don't mind.
That wasn't exactly what I was thinking.
I was.
How long would you say the journey's been for us?
We met at first year uni, I think 2005.
Whoa, so we've known each other for 14 years.
Yep, almost 15.
I remember first year university back in Dunners in the hall. I saw this beautiful woman from behind with long black hair, and then she turned around and it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do remember seeing like a troll-like figure entering the hall and looking me up and down in a really creepy way, and that's how we met. So we were both studying different things that weren't anything to do with video production, weren't we?
And I remember we were making videos sort of on the side, just trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah. We both used our course-related costs, which was $1,000 you could get to use towards buying things like textbooks and stuff, which obviously is supposed to be, you know, for what you're studying. We both used ours to buy video cameras. They were actually video
handy cams.
Yeah, they actually used the tapes. Like, we obviously thought there was something in it because we kept at it, and I think we just thought sooner or later we'd make something that kind of got us noticed. And then I remember we went traveling in Southeast Asia and we saw those pink rollerblades in the market and we were like, oh, we should buy them because we just found rollerblades so hilarious. And then we were like, what if we bladed New Zealand or blade NZ? And that was an idea that we thought was hilarious. We didn't really know what it would be, but we held on to that for years, eh?
Yeah, I remember at work doing town planning and I was writing up Blade NZ, you know, all of our big ambitious ideas. And my boss was on the phone and he had to check something on my computer and he came over and the Microsoft Word document was open and it was like Blade NZ, a travel show where it's like David Brent, where Josh and I rollerblade New Zealand, and I could see him reading it, but because he was on the phone he didn't say anything and I was just like trying to click out of it.
Oh,
It was so awkward. And I think that was like a pivotal moment where I was like, okay, I've either got to give up the dream, do this job, which is fine, and I can make good money, and it will be challenging, and I'll fit the mold, I'll be a normal human, or I can go the opposite way and go, F that.
You were never going to be a normal human either way, so that is not a dream that you should let go of that one. But that was the same as me, because I remember we'd email each other at work. I had a spreadsheet, and I would just, because I had to do a lot of spreadsheet stuff, marketing. A lot of spreadsheets, especially the one, maybe I didn't have a marketing job.
So if we skip to when we had committed to Blade.
We decided like, we're gonna Blade NZ, I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out as we go. We have to do it now, it's now or never.
Deep down, both of us knew we wanted to make it funny, weird and different, hence the rollerblades. But boy, it got pretty tiresome chucking on rollerblades, setting up the tripod, both rollerblading past on State Highway 1, rollerblading back, picking up the camera and rinsing and repeating that about, 30 times a day?
Yeah, it was the worst format for two people. We couldn't have possibly done anything harder. I honestly don't think we could.
No way. And I feel like the weird thing is we made the show to look like there were other people, but whereas we didn't even capitalize on the hardest part, that it was just us filming ourselves. Did we drink much alcohol on that trip?
Yeah, on occasion, yeah.
I can't remember, honestly, like, did we?
I don't think we drunk. There were times, I mean, I certainly drank myself into a stupor on a...
I remember you falling in the fire once.
Yeah, and also when you had to carry me into the hot tub. You know the one.
How detailed are we gonna go?
How long were we on the road for in total?
60-something days.
Yeah.
Eventually we made it to Stewart Island and then we made a trailer. And what happened? That was like,
It was the first time we made a video that people talked about, other than saying it was shit.
it actually was.
Yeah.
So once I got attention, we got funding from TVNZ to make it into a web series, and we were actually told we were the first one to get a digital commission. So we had the money, and I met Tom working in reality TV, got him on board, he edited it, and we were like, wow.
I just couldn't believe it. He actually made us seem way funnier than we actually are. That's when we were like, Tom, let's join forces, and he joined the crew.
So essentially we made the 10 episodes, it got put on TVNZ On Demand. We were anxious as hell about it, but it did really well. And I remember thinking, I'm sure that other people around the world will enjoy this. Long story short, messaged people on LinkedIn on the Travel Channel, said, hey, we've made this travel show in New Zealand, it'd be awesome on the Travel Channel. Neither of us knew how the industry worked. Got a reply, sent an episode, and they were like, this is cool, we'd like to commission it. And we were just like, holy f***. And it was on in 100 countries, and it was in 22 languages.
I still really want to watch a Blade episode in a different language.
Oh,
I
me too.
really want to.
I'm not joking, my flatmate moved in from
That's right.
somewhere in Europe, don't even know the country, one of those really obscure ones.
Sweden, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. So she moved in, and she knew who I was because the Travel Channel replays so many shows that she had seen it. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Bottom of the barrel Travel Channel, isn't it?
She said she didn't say she liked it.
We thought we had it made, didn't we?
We got second choice in getting commissioned almost $600,000 to rollerblade around the coast of Turkey.
Blade Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when it was like, is it this easy? Because we had just almost made 600K off the back of being turkeys just rollerblading down NZ.
Being Turkey's almost led us to filming in Turkey, and so there's a lesson there.
I had never thought of it that way.
Maybe that's why, maybe Turkey just has they like people who are turkeys, you know? They've got a nation. But
We formed our company,
yep, formed a company.
didn't know what it meant.
No, didn't know, still don't. GST, still figuring that out.
We thought, yeah, we've cracked it, you know, we're going to get funding. And I remember going into a meeting at TVNZ, and we were like, cool, we've made a web show, now we're going to make a broadcast show. And she's like, no, you're not. No, you're not, boys. And she was like, you were very, very lucky to get any funding. You probably won't get funding again.
Yeah, she stressed that pretty heavily in that meeting, and it
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And then what did we do?
We were like, we have to keep releasing stuff because we had a bit of a fan base by then on Facebook, and they're going to be like, what's happened to them? Oh, they must be done and dusted.
We knew that with Tom as the cameraman, we could improve the production value.
Yeah.
So we set out on the road, got an old van, travelled around, and we made a new pilot travel episode.
And that's when we got a meeting. We got called in to see TVNZ, like out of the blue, eh?
Yeah, and that was insane because they said, could you make it into a show?
We were like, oh my God, it's a TV show. And we've been commissioned up front this time to go out and make it. That period was so exciting, but it was really hard work. Like, we were working all day, weren't we? We'd start crack of dawn, shoot most of daylight, and it was daylight savings, so it would be 8 or 9 p.m. before we'd start backing up all the footage.
Then waiting till night to shoot time lapses, and the payoff was worth it because in the end we still had the natural banter, we had the characters, but we had this beautiful polished turd.
Yeah. And the editing process was interesting because we had this show to produce, and I think we had like about 6 months to do it. And so we were like, sweet, let's do that. And then it wasn't until we finally got sign off on the first episode, and was that about the 3-month mark?
Yeah, it was pretty dire.
It was like halfway through our allotted time, we realised we were 1/8 of the way through.
It was really hard. We could have got it done quicker, but we were so proud and we wanted it to be the best quality because this is our baby. Like, I feel everyone who makes stuff is in the same boat in the fact that once you commit to it, you want to do the best that you can.
And I think that's where we were at an advantage because we had a deadline from TVNZ. And that's where I think a lot of people go wrong, and we've been guilty of this, is that you just work on it and work on it and work on it because you know it can be better, you know it can be better. Yeah, I reckon if we didn't have a deadline, that could easily be a project that we're still working on in our spare time now.
And how did you feel when it came out on TV?
Really proud. And I think it went down pretty well. Like, one thing I noticed, the people who liked it binge watched the whole series, and that's crazy to think about. Like,
Did your mum like it?
she did actually, I think. She's got a blog, and I think she gave it 2.5 stars, which is pretty good for her, because she's harsh.
She's very proud of you.
She's either got an extra half star because her son's in it.
Looking back now, from where we are, what do you think the biggest lessons that we've learned are?
Stay the course. If we hadn't kept at it, there's no way we'd have got to where we are now. Taking criticism as well is hard, but it's so crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think play the doll, like play that game. What about you? What's been?
I think I was just thinking then that I think sticking at something until the point where you can get recognised by your peers or that it's accepted by society that you can add value is crucial, because once you get to that point, then you get more faith. If people can appreciate what you make, even the smallest amount of people, it'll give you that faith to continue. And I think enjoying the process, so having fun, because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to keep making. And find someone who you can do it with.
Yeah.
Because it's a f***ing lonely path. There's a lot of people out there who have similar hopes and dreams, and if you have someone that can spur you on and take the plunge together, not only will it help your career, but it'll make it a lot more fun.
And it makes those, speaking from experience, it makes those times when you do fail a lot more cushiony.
What about the successes? If you have someone to celebrate, like I feel like my favourite moments in life are you, Tom and I, when we've had massive success because we've worked so hard, and those feelings make everything else just disappear. It's just the best feeling.
Yeah, gonna make me cry.
Cool.
Good chat.
Yeah.
Should get real up.
You got me.